My name is Lisa. I'm 50 years old now. 10 years ago, I was married to a man named Tom. We had a simple, happy life. At least, that's what I believed. We met on a bus, of all places. People say good girls don't talk to strangers. But we talked. And we clicked. 1 year later, we got married. Back then, I was young, hopeful, full of life. I always wanted to lose weight, even though I wasn't really fat. Tom used to say, "Stop those silly diets. You don't need them." He made me feel beautiful just the way I was. Tom was never romantic in the movie kind of way. No flowers every day, no breakfast in bed. Once he tried to bring me coffee to the bed, but it spilled on my dress. I laughed and told him not to do it again. Still, he loved me in his own quiet way. He worked hard. He called me during lunch to say, "Lisa, wear something warm. It's cold today." We had 2 wonderful sons. Tom taught them to always respect me. He started as a builder, then moved up to manager. Eventually, he started his own company. We built our dream house just outside the city. Tom didn't want me to work. He said, "Take care of the home and garden. That's enough." So I did. I planted flowers, grew fruits and vegetables. We lived a peaceful life. Our boys grew up and got married. Soon we had a beautiful granddaughter, Emma. Tom adored her. One weekend, our older son wanted to bring Emma to visit us, but Tom said he couldn't make it. He had work. When I asked, "Can't you come in the evening?" he replied, "Maybe I'll stay at my father's place tonight." That didn't feel right. So the next day, I went to his office, but Tom wasn't there. The security guard's wife whispered something behind my back. Poor woman. Everyone knows, but she doesn't. My heart sank. I called Tom and said, "We need to talk." That evening, he came home. I asked him straight, "Is there another woman?" He didn't deny it. He said yes. I looked at him and asked, "Will you leave or should I?" He quietly replied, "I'll leave." He packed his bags and walked out of our home. My world collapsed. I cried for days. Nights were the worst. I couldn't sleep. I lost weight. I didn't smile. My sons came to check on me. I told them, "Your father left me, but he's still your dad. Respect him." Then, one day, my friend Mary showed up. She dragged me to a children's hospital. The kids there had cancer. They were so sick, but they smiled. Mary said, "Lisa, these mothers, look at them. They live with real pain. Your pain? It's big, yes, but maybe not the biggest." That visit changed me. I started volunteering. I found sponsors to pay for kids' treatments. Helping them gave me a reason to wake up. I smiled again. 10 years passed. It was Women's Day. I waited for my sons to visit. But when the door opened, it wasn't them. It was Tom. He looked older, worn out. "Lisa," he said, "can I stay here? Just for a while?" I replied softly, "This is your house too." He sat down and said, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me." I didn't know what to say. Later, Mary told me Tom's new wife had left him. She lied to him. The child he thought was his mock wasn't. Now he had no one. Tom stayed in the guest room. He didn't say much. I didn't know how I felt either. One night I made dinner. Tom said, "The food smells good, Lisa." When we sat to eat, he added, "No one cooks like you." I wanted to smile, but instead I said, "You made your choice, Tom." The next day, my sons came to visit. They were shocked to see him. "Dad?" Peter asked, "What are you doing here?" Tom looked down. "I made a mistake. I hurt your mother. Now I want to fix it." Peter pulled me aside and said, "Mom, you don't have to let him stay. We'll take care of you. I just said I need time." That night, I couldn't sleep. I thought about the past. Tom had broken me. But he was also the man who helped raise 2 amazing sons. He worked hard. He provided. I asked myself, can people truly change? Next morning, I saw him fixing the garden fence. He looked slower, older, but he was trying. A few days later, Emma came to visit. When she saw Tom, she ran into his arms. "Grandpa," she shouted. That was the first time I saw him smile in years. "Grandma," she said, "can we all go to the park together?" I didn't want to, but her eyes begged me. So we went. Tom and I sat on a bench while Emma played on the swings. "Thank you for letting me come back," he said. "I haven't decided yet," I replied. Tom nodded. "I understand. Take your time. I'll wait." And he did. He stayed in the guest room. He fixed things around the house. Jai, he helped in the garden. One day, Mary visited and asked, "Are you okay with him here?" I said, "I feel angry, but I also feel sorry for him." Mary said, "Maybe this is a chance for both of you to heal." That night, I thought about her words. Maybe, just maybe, she was right. Next morning, I made breakfast. I called Tom to the table. "Tom," I said, "let's talk." He looked nervous. "I don't know if I can forgive you, but I want to try." Tears welled up in his eyes. "Thank you, Lisa. I'll do whatever it takes." And so we began. Again. slowly. He apologized many times. We talked about the past. One day I told him, "I'll forgive you, but you have to prove you've changed." Tom said, "I will. I promise." We started laughing again. We became friends. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know this. Forgiveness is not easy. It takes time, love, and a lot of patience. Maybe someday, our family will feel whole again.